Hi everybody, it's Kathy here, and I am playing along with Mad About Mini Pads, and this is a favourite hop where we use up our small pads, whether they're 6x6s, 8x6s, or any other combination less than 12x12. So today I've got some photos that I took at Glow recently, and I'm going to do a 3-column layout using a mini pad of paper, which is a 6x6. Now these photos I have trimmed down to 3.5 by 4 for the by 6 by those big ones, and the little one is 3.5 by 4. Now that is so I can set up my panels that I want to create with. So I'm just going through the paper pad here, and they are a bit of a tropical animal, you know, that sort of appeal, and I need 5, so I've selected 5 contrasting ones with the colours that are in the photo so that it just will marry beautifully. I'm then cutting down 1/2-inch strips, which I'm going to need to create a diagonal pattern on the layout. Now to help me do that, I have a transparency that I've cut to the size of the space that it's going to go into, and I'm just laying my strips down, as you can see there, onto that transparency. Oh my goodness, can't even speak, sorry about that. So that I can create my layout from this like a masking block. Really, it's like a stencil or a template that I'm going to be able to use and make sure that these pieces fit into that space with the correct diagonal cuts and spacing. Now all of this is eyeballed. I haven't used a ruler, so it probably isn't as balanced as it could be if I had taken the time to pull out a ruler and measure every gap in between. But it is just to give that diagonal effect, which looks really very dramatic on the black. And that's pretty unusual for me. I did use a black background, which is just a plain black cardstock, but it gets used mostly by all of the pieces that I'm going to add to the layout. So when I was creating this, I thought I might remove all of the panels that I've done and just come up with the end product for you to see and finish it off camera. But no, I've gone through and I've left it all in so that you see the process and how I've done it. Sometimes it's nice to just put the whole process in for people. What do you think? Would you like the whole process to be seen on videos, or do you like just snippets of it and you get the idea? Let me know down in the comments below, because I only want to put things that you're going to keep your attention and make sure that you are not bored when you're watching videos that I'm producing. So I'm now building up the next panel, which is going to go into the top, and the diagonal is the opposite direction this time round. Now this is a little trick. I think it was a scrapbooking photographer I learned it from, or I'm pretty sure that's who I learned it from, where she pulls up the tabs a little bit of the tape so that it's not all revealed, and then just take it off when you stick it down finally. It's a little bit of a trick, and it does make using lots of pieces at once easier to manage on your layout. So as I said, these photos were from Glow. That's at Sydney Zoo. Every May and June, Sydney comes alight, whether it's down in the city with Vivid or it's out at the zoo with Glow. And it's a light festival, and like they're everywhere. Like in July, I'm headed down to the wildlife sanctuary because they've got an enchanted evening where it lights up as well. So throughout New South Wales in particular, there are lots of light festivals and light shows through the winter months because of the long evenings and how quickly it gets dark, and so it's not still too late for children to go out and see. And this one here was, as I said, at Glow in Sydney Zoo. And look at these photos. Aren't they magic? Like those two there, the top left and the bottom right, they're actually the animal enclosures. Like they are just magic, and the lights are just phenomenal. Now, of course, those animals, the top left being the tiger and the bottom right being the lemurs, they weren't out. They were asleep because they're not nocturnal, obviously, and all of the people. And it was cold. Like it is cold. It's winter. So they're probably tucked away in their nice warm enclosures for the night. Although my girlfriend at work who went with her son captured the tiger in the tiger house under the tiger light, which is just a phenomenal photo. But I like how it's reflected onto the water down below, and you can see that in those images there. But they look like, seriously, it is not a set. It is out in the open. It is in the zoo, but they look like they're movie sets. They're just magic. I love how that came out in the photo, particularly the lemur one. The lemur one is just amazing. I just love it. It just, like, it's got the moon in the background. It's just really, really a special photo. I do love that photo. So there you go. I have put down all those diagonals there. They are all the strips from my mini pad, and you can see how I've alternated the direction. I'm now putting down some die cuts which I've cut out on some scrap, which is okay for mini pads. We're allowed to use our scraps. There's some bamboo, and then I cut out on my Cricut the lemur here, and I did a backing in gold with the black as the interface so that it all complements the colours of the layout, and it just fits beautifully in on the design and it doesn't overpower. So that lemur's there walking on the slope, and I'm going to put in the bamboo here, which I will then put a tiger in on the slope as well. I like the tigers on the slope of the roof up there. As I said, magic. It was just magic. If you're ever in Sydney in May and June and you get the chance to go to Sydney Zoo for Glow, you really must. This year was my third time out of 4 years in a row. So I missed 1 year, but this is the third year that I went, and this was by far the most magic. I have so many photos from that night. They were just phenomenal. Like, the lights were beautiful, the designs and the displays excellent, and of course I went in and I saw my frogs and my green snake, which I will show you on a layout shortly. So I'm putting in the title Glow, and I've just called it Glow 2025. Nice and simple. All of the gold and the black that I'm using on this, and the green and the purple that you see for my matting on my photos, they were all scraps. So nothing was from a full sheet. The only full sheet is the backing, and the diagonals were all from a mini pad. Now I'm just going to add in some Nuvo drops here to finish it off. Now normally I use my Nuvo drops to set up the visual triangle, and that's what I thought I was doing originally. I do flatten out these pops of colour. Sorry, they're not Nuvos. I'm using pops of colour this time. And then I look at it and I realise, no, I actually want to put more on than just the 3 sections of it. So I then put the dots down on 2 panels for each of those diagonals, and that's finishing it off just lovely. That is just an amazing, like, I'm just blown away by those photos. I just love those photos. I think I'm going to have to do that lemur one as a really large photo, as one of my favourites for 52 weeks, I think. That is just how this has come together. It's quick and simple. It does take a little bit of fiddling to get those diagonals happening, but it does use up those mini pads for you. Don't forget, there are people playing along, and I'll have all of them listed down below, and you can go and check out what other people are doing with their mini pads. We've all got them. I know you have. Have you got some? I've got heaps. Let's use up our mini pads and put them onto our layouts. Remember, all layouts done are good layouts because they end up in your albums. I am thrilled with how this turned out. I was a little bit unsure at first. I'm glad I used the template to build the diagonals and put the angles in correctly. Those die cuts are just perfect for the theme of the page, and give me a thumbs up if you think I've earned it. And if you're new to my channel, maybe I've done enough to consider subscribing. For all my other subscribers, thanks for coming back every time. Happy scrapping, everybody, and here's my next video for you. I'll see you over there real soon.